That's actually some nice 1990s James Bond vibe.
Right. Yeah. There you go. All right, everyone. Welcome to Masculine Geek number 184, the MG Wolfpack Adventure with Jack Napier and Rob Says, and a special add-on guest, Mr. TJ Martinell. So we're actually coming to you from the past because as you're watching this at this very moment, it is 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, August 10th. But we're recording this at 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, August 7th, because, well, Jack and Rob will be in town, and we're not doing a live broadcast to interrupt our good time. So you're getting pre-recorded. So have fun in the chat, and we'll see you when we see you. So
that's what they're going to do when they realize this isn't live.
I shouldn't have ever sent that to you. I've created a monster.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you send shit to Rob.
You did not create Rob. Rob has always been a monster.
That's true.
Rob is the alpha and the omega.
That's right. I'm going to throw one other one in there just for fun, just because I can.
Let me in. I'm trying to fuck.
Is that what you're going to be playing when you're knocking on Jack's door on Thursday night?
I will barricade that shit. I am in the land of right to bear arms, and I shall.
That is true. That's true. You the bear guns shall be in effect. That's right. We're going to be in Philadelphia. We're going to be in the Old City area. We're not telling you where, obviously, because it's none of your business. But we're going to be adventuring around in that area. A nice townhouse with a rooftop deck, 3 bedrooms, fully stocked kitchen, everything. The works.
Nice.
Indeed. So Jack gets in late-ish in the evening on Wednesday. I think Rob does too.
Yeah, I get in about 5:30 your time, if I'm right, Vince.
There you go. So Jack gets in around 7, so you just wait a little bit for him.
Yeah, hang out in the airport and do nothing.
There you go. And then lift your asses over to the address I send you, and you'll be all set.
Sweet.
Where hope goes to die, the airport.
Oh, a lot of stuff goes to die at the airport.
I've been called a misogynist at the airport.
Well, you are a misogynist, and you'll be at the airport, so it kind of fits.
There you go. You'll fit right in. You should probably just get a part-time job.
You have to hate them just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, you like to lift heavy things and move them around. I'm sure there's some baggage jobs at the airport you can do while, when you're here.
You can
apparently the airport in the Netherlands, like Schiphol, is apparently having like the most stressful period of the decade or something. Like there's chaos everywhere, and I'm kind of like, yeah, of course right now. So luckily I don't have a lot of luggage, so there's nothing to worry about that. We'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be right.
You're doing just like a carry-on, right? You're not having to check anything?
Nope, just like hand luggage, done. Need to check in via the website, like I booked in. Then I just walk up, like, here's my ticket.
When you get off the plane, when you land, you're not going to have to wait around to pick shit up. You're able to just get off and go from there.
Yeah, like cool. Get off and fuck off. Goodbye.
Right.
Good.
That's funny. It'll be good.
As long as I get past the guard dogs, then we'll be fine.
Well,
that's true. Your vitamin D, your liquid vitamin D might set them off.
Yeah, I was like, no. What is it, sir?
Can't tell you.
That's right. It's vitamin D because I'm going to
cause an international incident.
Oh, and that would just be right up my alley. That would just be right up my alley. Like, first time in America, everything turns to shit. Like, God damn it.
Man shuts down airport.
Yeah.
Well, at least Rob will already be there in case you need him to vouch for you.
Oh, well, if I see him arguing with, guys with canines and they're slapping handcuffs and he calls my name, I'm going to be like, I don't know who.
You walk the other way.
I don't know this man. No habla inglés. No habla inglés, señor.
I don't understand. No comprende. Yeah.
Rob, help me.
Vámonos, señor.
Looking at me. I know. My name is David. I don't know you.
That's pretty funny.
You're pretty white for a Mexican, sir. I do not work.
You're an albino. You're an albino.
I'm an albino. That's right.
Nobody is, sir. My mother was white.
That's all right. My mother was white. My daddy is brown.
Rob, the albino Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be careful about that in the United States, I guess, because everybody's so sensitive now. But in Europe, like nobody cares. It's like jokes all around.
Yeah, it was pretty funny when I was in Paris, and there was this bar restaurant owner who came out, and there was some non-Parisians, if you know what I mean, that were there, and he was making some comments in English to us, where I was like, "Oh wow, so you can say that in your country."
Europe doesn't give a fuck. We really don't. But the beautiful part is that, like, of course, you've got like a third generation immigrants or whatever. They joke along, kind of thing.
Yeah,
They kind of make the jokes themselves as well.
Oh, they're making fun of their own then, basically. I like it.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's a dude. Seriously, that's awesome, actually. So that's people that get it. You know, it's like, oh man, you can make fun of yourself. How cool is that?
Right.
So
I will never forget the guy who like tried to call somebody over, and the guy who was trying to call over didn't understand him. And he's like, "Oh, you're just pretending you don't understand me because I'm black." It's like, what?
Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, sure.
And the guy just stood there. No, that's not what I meant. No, I know your kind of people. And he just looked at me, started laughing like I see the shit.
that's funny.
It was. We had such a good laugh that day. Fine guy to work with. But it's always nice when people can take the piss out of themselves. But I'm really looking forward to the States because I truly think it isn't as bad as people say.
It's not.
it depends on where you're at, honestly.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, up there in the Pacific Northwest, you know.
we were going to preempt that with a disclaimer.
I'm just like, well, I've now been to Jersey, to Philadelphia, been to Kansas City. You know, I obviously,
New Hampshire.
And New Hampshire. It really is. We're becoming very not that I want to talk about this too much, but it's just becoming very insular in terms of the way they think, and just the way stuff is. Where as opposed to other parts of the country, where it just seems like everybody's moving in a different direction.
If I don't trigger at least one or two people while I'm there, I'm not doing a good job.
Right.
Like, I want to play the European card in real life. I'm European. I don't understand.
Right.
That'll be easy though, Jack, because you can go and offend somebody, and when they get pissed off about it, just start talking. You know, look at them confused, like what, and start saying shit in Dutch.
Ja, dan begin ik gewoon normaal tegen ze te praten. En dan is het zo van, ja, sorry vriend, ik begrijp je niet. Ik bedoel, dan kun je wel boos op mij worden, maar ik snap er helemaal niks van.
I'm already lost right now. Right? You'll be just...
Eyes are gonna glaze over.
Waarom schreeuw je tegen me? Ik snap het niet.
All you gotta do, dude, unless you happen to find that one Dutch guy that, you know, he's hanging out and going, well, wait a minute, hold on.
Yep. I know this guy.
Yeah,
he might actually empathize with you and be like, "Oh, I'm not alone here anymore."
I had that in Turkey. Like, I will never forget that, because in Istanbul you had like street salesmen everywhere, and there was just a day where I did not feel like it. So I was walking across the market, and all of a sudden this youngster, hip dude comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, brother, like you buy nice scent for your lady." And like, vriend, vandaag even niet, which is friend, not today. And he looks at me, he's like, Dutch. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, you
and
made it worse.
He starts talking to me in Dutch, and I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, this is my holiday job. I have family here. I'm like, oh my God. You have got to be freaking kidding me. I'm like, no.
You found the one Dutch guy.
I found the one Dutch Turkish fella.
Out of all the places in Turkey and all the bazaars, you walk into his, right?
I walk into him, yep. Oh, my girlfriend's Dutch. Like, let me guess, she's blonde. Yes, of course. I'm like, okay, I do like your taste.
That's funny.
Jesus. It is.
So do you guys have any not to reveal too much of an itinerary, because we know that only certain people have itineraries on trips.
And his name will remain nameless, but his initials are Aaron Clary.
That's some nice initials he's got there.
Right? It's the full name, actually. That's when you do the initials for Aaron, you'd say. Do we have an itinerary? We have an idea of some places that we want to show Jack. It's touristy stuff. But as far as like on this day we're doing this, and at 9 o'clock, no. This is just when we wake up. Yeah, pretty much like all of our Masculine Geek trips.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll head out to the art museum and the Rocky statue, obviously.
Art museum.
Well, it's
art.
It's
nerds.
We're not going in the art museum unless we want to, but that's where you get cool chicks as well. But the statue is out not too far from that. So
nah, I'm just kidding.
God damn it. You'll go where we say we go. And then we're gonna introduce Jack to the Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're not too far from certain places that are gonna be good to walk to. So yeah. And obviously in this city you've got bars and restaurants and cool places to hang out on almost every corner. So
Sweet.
Yeah. But overall, no set itinerary.
Yeah.
And my girl will be baking us homemade bread, cookies, and I'll be bringing us bacon. And she's making homemade butter, so that'll be for snack or whatever if we want. So, yep.
I like that. That sounds good too.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And in fact, she made them for the battlefield gathering, the bread and the cookies, and TJ enjoyed that.
Yeah, they were good.
So, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But to answer the too long didn't read, TJ, no itinerary.
Gotcha.
Weep, Aaron, weep.
I was thinking of, is there any kind of like big ticket items you guys wanted to cross off?
The Rocky statue and the stairs is the only one for me.
Yeah.
And meeting the guys, of course. It's like, yeah.
But that's like a distant third. It's the Rocky stairs.
It's the Rocky
like that's
statue.
number one. I'm just gonna walk past Rob at the airport.
He just wants us to get a picture of him filleting a statue. So
Hey, I'm okay doing that.
And Ben and Jerry's The Tonight Dough. I need to acquire it. I have one chance.
The what?
There is a flavor of Ben and Jerry's where it's like, here's everything we ever had, chocolate and caramel related, in one pint.
Oh, okay. Well, if they have
and
it,
it's called the Tonight Dough, and it's just sugar upon sugar upon sugar upon sugar upon sugar.
Jack is going to gain at least 10 pounds on this trip. So
yeah, he's
knows.
so good. Not have 6-pack abs when he's done.
Like 4.5.
Well, that's fine, because then I can put him on my fitness program that I'm working on. And
you do know who you're talking to, right?
Yeah, he's doing that on purpose.
Okay. So here's it: like caramel and chocolate ice cream with chocolate cookie swirls and gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter cookie dough.
Holy crap!
I'm working on your dietary restriction plan post Philly right now.
Fasting. I'll just stop eating for 3 days and it'll all be burned off. It's like, done.
It'll be fun.
Moving on.
And speaking of that, we will hit the cigar lounge because Rob and I, that's what we do. Have you ever had a cigar before, Jack?
Yes, I have.
I'm just checking. Okay, good.
I had one friend who told me, like, why do you smoke that cigar so slowly? It's like,
that's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's a rookie right there.
Yeah, that's like, wow.
You're supposed to. It's supposed to take 2 hours.
Yeah. No, I was having a really good cigar yesterday that took about 2 hours to smoke. It was very smooth, very slow. But yeah, are cigars not a big thing in Holland?
No, they're not that big of a deal in the Netherlands. No.
Oh, welcome
It's
to
not-
America.
oh well.
well.
Welcome to America.
Where I already got these Eleva 5 series for Rob waiting for him.
Oh,
Yep. And then I've got something for Jack to try too. So
Ooh.
yeah, some Mark Twain's.
ooh. Yeah, he'll like those, I think.
Yeah. I had those on. Why did I get those? That was the last Village by the Sea. They're mild.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip last year. The Village by the
Yeah, it
Sea.
was. Yeah.
And not to get all nostalgic on this live stream, but I was just thinking about that the other day. I was looking at some of the photos we took. I was like, dang, this was a fun trip.
It was a fun trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially the axe throwing.
Oh yeah. Well, the weather was good. The humidity was down. There was that night lightning storm that we got to watch. Yeah. Oh, and then there was also the waitress. Speaking of which, so I got a fourth for people who don't know. I have a tradition of taking photos with waitresses.
Yes.
And I've done,
You're gonna
Not taking that number.
You're gonna be releasing your coffee book soon, aren't you? Coffee table book.
what I've discovered is, so I recently got a photo with a waitress over here on the West Coast because I realized I've done none over here, so I needed to pick up the pace. And what I realized when I was going through the photos, in every single photo, I'm wearing the exact same shirt. So I think it's gonna have to be traditional. I'm gonna have to wear that shirt. You know, wherever I go, if I'm going to do a photo with a waitress, I got to wear the same shirt. It's just got to be a tradition.
That's like taking the stuffed animal everywhere and posing it in front of shit with the camera.
Elf on a shelf.
You're right.
God.
That's
so Jack's going to have to take the photo for me with the waitress because last time.
Oh, I'll do more than that.
If the room's rocking, don't come knocking.
No, that'll be behind the paywall.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it'll be beyond the Masculine Geek.
TJ, I do have to say, like, you had a girl listen to the entire audiobook and you didn't get her goddamn number. I mean, come on.
Okay, so Vince can back me up on this. This has been my history with this whole thing. Is if you're not from the area, they just don't even bother. I mean, that's just reality. And if they're
I'm not going to go that far. A woman that is into you and is down to fuck will love, because here's the thing: you gave her an emotional roller coaster ride. She's interested in you, and then now she has a story to tell her friends. This dude came from the Pacific Northwest, and he was a writer, and he was hot, and we just
looked like Captain America.
It looked like Captain America, and we had a great time together, and it was, and then she has that as a story. And then you go away. There's no aftermath. You're away, and then she's away, and you're done, and then you have a good story.
Yeah. No,
but now you don't.
I have a good story.
you have a decent story, but I wouldn't say a good story.
Well, then on top of that, while that was happening, we came up with what was it? Chamberlain's charge.
We did. We came up with our own drink. So that was
it's been kind of a. Let's just say not all the bayonet charges were successful.
That's true.
Which bar is that? Because now I have an opening where it's like, I'm the narrator.
He's horning in on you, see? Man.
Yeah, see? I'm the narrator, see?
Well, Gettysburg isn't that far from Philadelphia. It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, dear. We're not actually doing
out
that.
Hey, you don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
unless you can 100% guarantee she's working that evening, I will go for it. But other than that, no.
There's no guarantee. No.
It is
a cool town, though. It is a cool town, though. But
do not fight a war you cannot win.
That's right. We're not going out there. No.
It's ironic how the Dutchman talks about do not fight a war you cannot win.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
You lost them all.
Whatever street cred you had, you just lost all of it, and now you're in a deficit.
I remember the East Indian Trading Company. Just saying. We discovered your asses.
I remember somebody that was an Austrian painter.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Right.
Speaking of
We
which,
do
I was
not
actually
talk about that.
I was just watching A Bridge Too Far, which is about Operation Market Garden in Holland, where they were trying to
Right.
link up all the different bridges. Yeah. So the main battle took place at Arnhem. I don't know if Jack's ever been there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
Arnhem is near where my mother came from, actually.
Yeah. The British dropped 10,000 paratroopers into that city, and only like less than 2,000 came out.
Damn.
Oh shit.
Both of them got captured, but it was a total disaster. What was funny is when the Germans tried to do the same thing back in 1940 when they were invading Holland, they got slaughtered. The Dutch actually put up a fight. I know this is shocking for us to hear, but the Dutch actually put up a fight, perhaps more so than the French.
Well, the thing is, the only reason we surrendered is because Hitler bombed Rotterdam, and that's why there are like almost no old buildings in Rotterdam anymore. Like, it's a very modern city, and Hitler then threatened to bomb Utrecht, and the Dutch government was kind of like, yeah, this guy ain't bluffing.
No.
So then they surrendered, where it was like, yeah, we've had enough casualties.
Right. We've killed enough crowds, so let's call it good.
Yeah, well, let's call it even.
Sausage eating winos.
Yeah, but yeah, the Battle of Arnhem was terrible.
Yeah.
Even I know that.
Everyone,
I did a research paper on it back in college when I was talking about how they should have supported Patton, because at the time, if Patton had been allowed to attack the Siegfried line in the center part of Germany, he'd have been in Berlin in like a week or two. They had completely moved all that stuff over. I was explaining this to my classmates in college, and they look at me like, "What is this? What's World War II? When did this happen?" I'm like, I'm surrounded by idiots. I had to like pull out a map and say, "You see this? This is Europe."
Europa. Wait, who's watching us in the background?
I just played the Masculine Geek theme music.
Yeah, but now I hear an echo.
It's only on your end.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's your conscience.
What's left of it?
Right. It's all.
I have done things, TJ.
Terrible things.
I have embraced the insanity. It's like the inmates are running the asylum, then I shall run the inmates.
There you go.
That's one way of looking at it.
That's the only enjoy the decline. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm getting to be wanting to be certified to be a fitness instructor, is because I can't control the obesity. I can just profit off of it. You know, I'm going to be just like all the companies that produce the food that people eat that trashes their bodies. I'm like, all right. And then they can pay me.
You actually got your certificate?
I'm working on it right now. I'm doing the, I think it's National Academy of Science, Medicine. It's the most widely recognized. So theoretically, I could go to another part of the world and it would be recognized in that country.
Nice.
That's
pretty awesome.
When are you on track to complete that?
I need to take the test by November, because it's a 6-month period between when I bought the plan. And the great thing is I was an employee for a limited time at my gym. They got a discount. So instead of paying $1,500 for the course, I paid $350. So
nice.
Yeah. So studying that, and then, a lot of this stuff is, important to know and that kind of stuff. But my thought is, if I can't stop people from being fat, I can just get them to pay me to help them do stuff that I consider to be pretty basic, like take your hand away from your mouth and put it back down on the plate.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even have that. I'm like, there are serious guys who want to get their life in order, but they're overrun by all the insanity in the fitness space.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple reasons I'm doing it. One of the main reasons is the gym that I'd like to work it out to do my work with clients. They really want they want everyone to be certified. I think it's mainly just a liability thing, and honestly, but for me also, it's something that I can, I guess, help build up a client base, because they'll be, on top of working out for 20 years and really knowing what I'm doing, that'll just help out, I guess. But I think it's mainly a liability issue, especially in my area. People can be It'd be interesting. So
No,
Yeah,
what?
like a lot of trainers in the Netherlands didn't even have certification. So I walked around with my certification, and I ended up like talking to coworkers who like didn't know jack fuck all shit. It's like,
Nice.
oh, so that's how it goes.
well, I mean, the interesting part of it is like I'm reading all this stuff, and I'm reading about all the information they're talking about, nutritional facts and all these other things. And my whole thought is I'm just doing this to get certified because my approach is going to be very much not emphasizing that, more of emphasizing what's a person's mindset. Because if you have a bad mindset, then all this stuff is not, you're eventually just going to quit. Because
Yep.
most people do quit trying to go to the gym and all that kind of stuff. Like you got to have a mindset. The guy who trained me back when I was in high school, he always talked about the gym and lifting like it was the greatest thing in the world. He called the weight room paradise. So it was like, I was an impressionable kid too. So like it was the greatest thing in the world to be in the gym. Whereas other people see it as like this thing that they really don't enjoy doing, or they feel really intimidated when they're around people like me who kind of, I'm kind of borderline. I'd say I throw my, pardon the expression, but I throw my weight around the weight room.
You were able to squat 405. You are allowed to brag, sir.
Well, yeah, you should see what I do. I could show you what I do for a leg press now. It's I'm running out of room on the
Nice.
on the rack. It's the same thing with some of the machines where I was doing curls and watching my form, but I was running out of weights to like add on. So it's like, what do you do at that point? So I've been having to kind of mix up my workout, but it's really just a mindset thing. If someone has and it's the same thing with whatever you're doing in life. If you're like learning how to ride a motorcycle, or you're learning how to dance, or you're learning how to do home improvement projects, if you got a bad mindset, if your mind is not in the right place, any setback is going to just spiral you mentally out of control. And so that's where one of the things I'm going to emphasize with my clients is, how do you, not to get touchy feely, be like, how do you feel when you're in the weight room? Because if you're feeling negative about it, we're going to work on your mindset first, because if you have the right mindset, that's going to help you control impulse control, like not eating pizza and not ordering fast food and actually doing the lifting and having that build up some momentum. Like I think that's what people need, as opposed to like this structural stuff. That tends to be more, honestly, that's something women enjoy doing, where they have everything's organized, and I got my, my dietary things, and here's and then there's some people who have their workout schedule and all this other stuff. It's like, I kind of, it's like from Top Gun, don't think, just do, right? I seriously, I overthink things in other parts of life, but the weight room is the one place where I don't overthink stuff. I just go do it.
Yeah, exactly. It isn't that hard, but exactly, like, what is the reason for people to lift? That's very important as well, because not everybody wants to get jack tanned and juicy as fuck. Some people just want to get in there and be able to see their dick again. But then the question is, why do you want to do that? Like, do you find yourself unattractive, or do you have the idea that your wife finds you unattractive? Things like that. Like, how did you get to this point, kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, as Rob would say, what do you want?
Well, that's exactly the thing. That's exactly the thing. And like with a lot of people, why they're hesitant to get into the weight room, because they think that once they step in, they need to get in there every day for 3 hours. You can build a very good physique with only 3 hours per week.
Yeah.
Divided over like 3 days.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, mostly I would say for people who are trying to get into better shape, or they're trying to lose weight, most of that is just dietary. It's not working out. That's more of just that's part of it. But I mean, if you cut out certain types of foods, and I'd ask them like, "What are you eating?" And then of course they tell you, and it's like, "Well, I'm starting to see where the problem lies. Like you're ordering fast food, you're eating pizza, and you're drinking beer or something, or you're drinking sodas." So that's where, but yeah, so that's kind of going back to the whole issue is I'm going to profit from the decline in my own way.
My question, I guess, would be, what are you targeting any specific financial demographic of clients, or are you just going to take everybody? It doesn't matter.
Middle-aged white women.
See, Jack, I think if you make them feel good, they will give you the money. So you can do, but I mean, frankly, if I had my way, I would be more of, I'd want to work more with men either my age or a little bit younger who are motivated.
Well, you
on
do
the
have
money.
your way. You're freelancing.
Right, but I'm saying like you gotta, I guess you gotta be known and you gotta be able to find the clients. So I would want to work more with guys who they kind of know what they're doing already. What they need is a spotter and someone who's going to push them. They're looking for someone to motivate them, but also can like give them some direction and guidance. Like somebody who's, like in my 20s, I benefited from having spotters in the gym and people who are helping me out. But trying to get a workout buddy who shows up at the same time as you is pretty damn near impossible unless you're paying them. So that's almost where I would say like, like I almost wanted to, if we're venturing into unicorn territory, we're venturing into a utopian world that does not exist and will not exist. So just bear in mind, in an ideal world, I would have a spotters club where guys show up, they're part of a club. We show up at the same time to work out. And the main point of our hanging out is to work out, to spot each other and make sure that we're actually giving it our all. We're not, half-assing it in the weight room.
That makes sense.
I'm pretty motivated on my own. I just listen to a lot of, Powerwolf while I work out. So that gets me pumped up. But some guys, there's sometimes when you need, for safety reasons, you're doing a lift that if you can't get it up, it's going to be a problem when it comes back down on you.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Westside Barbell or Super Training Gym? Speaking of clubs,
I've in passing, yeah.
Though rest in peace, Louis Simmons. Unfortunately, so Westside probably closed. Damn, I need to look that up. So Westside Barbell was, and I'm not kidding, the strongest gym in the world. Like these were the motherfuckers that showed up at a powerlifting meet, and everybody was like, "Never mind, I'll cancel." Like those guys, like all they did was powerlifting. Equipped it, non-equipped it, you name it. All roided up as hell, though. But
that's interesting. There's some
the kindest guys you'll ever meet, but they were so fucking strong as fuck. And it was like Louis like expected of them. You will show up at 2 p.m. If you are late, even by a second, I will kick your fucking ass so hard. Mind you, this man was already 60 and he still had this attitude.
No, that's what's interesting about bodybuilders is they tend to be they're physically intense, but they're actually agreeable people, which is it kind of throws you off a little bit because I tend to be more, what's the right word for it? It's like I don't just lift for the physical aspect of it, like the bodybuilding type. I lift for practical reasons as well. I do a lot of practical exercises because I want to be able to lift stuff in real life or move things, or just if things need to get done. There's no point in bodybuilding if you can't. It reminds me of that line from Batman Begins where he goes, "What's the point of all those push-ups if you can't lift a bloody log?" Like that's kind of
oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like there's guys who they can do all these workouts. They do all these workouts to tone their bodies so that they look aesthetically, attractive for a bodybuilding competition. But it's like, what's the practical effect of working out like that?
Exactly.
Dude,
you want to be retard strong. Exactly.
I mean, I had that in Portugal. Like, I was like, oh, I can deadlift a pretty nice amount, and then I have to lift logs with a low body fat percentage on a low carb diet. That shit wasn't gonna fly.
Yeah.
No, seriously. If you're gonna do manual labor and shit like that, you kind of want to go for the higher carb diet and live with a higher body fat percentage. I'm not saying like 20% or whatever, but you kind of want to be at a bare minimum of 15.
Yeah.
Because below 10 on a low carb diet, doing manual labor, have your fun. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what that's why I enjoy chopping wood, because it's an exercise, but it's manual labor, and I find it fun to do. But there's guys I know who they can do all these they do very specific lifting that makes their body look a certain way, but they're not going to go chop wood, and they're not going to be able to like do a run, or they can't really go high. They can't do a lot of what I consider to be pretty basic physical activities, or they ignore the legs.
Oh yeah, the guys who skip leg day. Oh fuck those guys. I don't like squatting or deadlifting. It's bad for your knees and back. Yeah, the way you do it, it is. It's like, oh my god. I've had girls compliment my legs. Weirdly enough.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you actually train your legs. I really like that. It's like, and then they compliment your ass, and then it's kind of like, what? That's so weird. Like, that's the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Of all the compliments I've ever gotten, it's like every time a girl compliments my ass, I'm always still a bit, oh, okay, well, I'll take it.
Damn right.
Like, I thank you, dear.
That's right, bitch. Take it.
Take it like a man, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Rob's sitting there like, meh.
Rob,
ain't
for the
alcohol.
past 10 minutes, Rob was just a cardboard cutout.
We're
He's
gonna have to
switching
one
real
day.
fast.
We're gonna have to one day actually have a cardboard cutout of Rob.
Just set him up. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
I'm gonna put it right here in the war room.
Hey, you need to. What's the picture you got on your back wall there, TJ? The guy and looks like I don't know if that's
Smoking a
James
cigarette.
Bond or who is that?
Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, it's Humphrey Bogart. See, now that's the one. That's if you're gonna put a cardboard cutout or a picture of me, you need to put it over the Humphrey Bogart. You know, I'll be on your back wall, right next to your rifles and all your other stuff you got going on there.
We're gonna get to here we go with the series of Rob says bobbleheads. There you go.
Dude, I saw one of those garden gnomes that looked just like Rob.
Well, it's like the one down in the cigar bar. We got a picture of him. The Village by the Sea one.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Ah.
It was like the one garden gnome that had the AK-47.
Oh yeah.
So that's
See, now
rooftop
that
Rob.
could be a fun one if they had the ability. Well, there's got to be a way. I'm going to have to look into it because there's got to be a way where I could, instead of obviously running my camera like I'm doing right now, but it would be just like a picture of me, a JPEG. And then it's like, I'll go join, the show when you guys do one of the shows. I'll you send me the link and I'll put the picture up and then I'll leave and go do my thing, but it'll be there for everybody to watch live and be like, hey, look, Rob's back. And it's like,
Exactly.
the picture's like me sitting there doing, like one of these things, doing the.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, let's do that. Just there you go.
No, just me.
Hey, did you know 30% of guys under 30 aren't getting laid?
Yeah, that's
Just making conversation.
Yeah, I'm just having a Well, and didn't he also say something about Roloisms or something like that too?
Yeah, but it's like, imagine us at the bar. We're having a good time. And
some
somebody,
guy walks
all of a
in,
sudden,
starts
some
running.
stranger shows up, like out of nowhere, sits next to us, like, hey, guys, by the way, I've been watching your content, and 30% of guys under 30 isn't getting laid. It's like,
what are you, their captain?
Or it'd be like those little memes where it's the
Push
one
yourself
guy
away from the
standing-
bar.
Yeah, exactly. Get as far away from that motherfucker as you can. It would also be like those little cartoon memes where they change out the words, but you have the one guy off to the left hollering at the group of guys that are all huddled together talking. And they say, hey, did you know 30% of guys under 30 don't get laid? And then
And
one
it's just
goes,
a thumbs
"Nobody
up,
cares."
and then they go back to doing what they're doing.
They're like, whatever, go back to doing their shit. Yeah. But they pull a TJ and go, nobody cares. And then
Nobody
go back
cares.
to doing their thing.
joke's on you. I was just pretending to be a retard.
Yeah, exactly. Hey
guys, I'm a
You did a good job at it.
Joke's on you. I was just pretending.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And we can say that word now because we're 30 minutes in, and now we can swear a bit.
Well, I don't monetize anyway, so
You're not
I think
monetized?
I think we passed the point of profanity being introduced to this podcast.
I don't use the return. We're a small channel, and the return on ads are it's just insulting. It's almost like, well, I'm doing this. Why? I feel like an idiot. So I turned off ads. And then actually,
actually.
Any
Actually.
podcast that I come across that decides that after the fact they're going to insert ads throughout the recording that go off every fucking 10 minutes, you're done. I unsubscribe and I never listen to you again. You're an asshole. I don't.
Oh, so
I
you're
don't
not
care who you are, I
subscribed to
don't
my
care.
channel?
You don't do that. You don't do the mid-ad roll. You do the beginning and
Yes,
the
I do.
end. Do you?
Oh, I have the mid-ad roll as well. Yeah, I mean
I'm
that's a
subscribing from you
YouTube
too.
trick.
Fuck that
I
shit.
always turn off the ads you can skip. I got that from Graham Stephan. It's like you wanna
Well, no, I
have
don't
the
care.
best ever
No,
ad revenue.
no. I don't care if you can skip them or not. If you have ads in the beginning of me listening to you, like a god, there's a reason why I like YouTube, because it's not television. There's no commercials. Oh, wait, now there is.
Yeah. Well, I need to eat too, you know. I need to eat.
that 5 American cents that you get from the
No, but
mid-ad
like
roll.
with super chats and things like that.
No.
It's
The super
getting...
we get super chats as well. I get that because it's kind of cool. In the middle of everything, somebody wants to ask a question to interrupt you and interrupt the flow. Maybe if you have a guest on, you're like, "Here's $10. Can you answer this question?" I have no problem with that. That's kind of cool. But when you're trying to relax, you've got your channel going, and in the middle of it, there's an ad for fucking Geico or Progressive Auto. What do you mean? What do you mean mascots are silly? And then
I hate how, I was thinking about the early days of the internet where there wasn't a lot of advertising and not a lot of commercials. And now this is one of the reasons why I'm getting very, among other things, getting disillusioned, if I was ever illusioned with social media, is half the stuff I see is promotional stuff. They're advertising, on Instagram, or they're like recommendations. You might like this. It's like, okay, half of my feed is stuff that I didn't subscribe to, I'm not following, I'm not liking, and it just got to the point where I don't know. I'm kind of at the where I've just run out things to say or watch or whatever on that stuff. But yeah, I hate the fact that there's ads on this YouTube. Like, you can't get away from it anymore. I'm waiting for them to start putting commercials on our freaking laptops, like they did the whole Pride nonsense in the little search tab. At least on my laptop on Windows 10, they have the little Pride flag thing in June. You have to like go and you got to hack
you have to hack your registry. Yeah, no, you're right. It's ridiculous. But having, like I said, no, let me reiterate. I don't mind the ad in the beginning or the end. That's fine. Even if the ad in the beginning is not where you can skip it, you have to put up with it. That's all right. I get that. That's fine. It's in the beginning. Jack sucking on his big black mic. But the mid roll the mid roll ads, nah, go fuck yourselves.
No,
and Rob, it has become Rob's continuously goal to take my monetization down. He shall not rest.
Here's the best part. I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in on this one too, because I honestly, on a I guess a moralistic standpoint, I would stand more with Vince on this one. And I get Jack needs to eat. I understand that. But here's the fun thing. I'm subscribed to Masculine Geek. I'm subscribed to Jack. But I never see ads because I literally never watch. That it's like, oh, when I hear Jack going, yeah, I have mid rolls, I'm like, well, I never get that far into the video, I guess, because because Jack comes on and he's drinking his bottled water or whatever he's doing, and he's talking about his teeth and whatever else he's doing, and I'm just like, okay, I've watched enough, time to move on. Where the beginning roll, yeah, I'm okay with that one. And the end roll, which, let's be honest, most subscribers don't watch everything through its entirety. Even my crap doesn't always get watched unless it's like literally a 2-minute video. And then they might watch the whole thing. Otherwise, the ADD, too long, didn't watch. So,
right.
But it is funny, because I do think about that, and I kind of like your stance, Vince, that it's like, oh, well, if you assholes are going to do this, then maybe I won't subscribe, or maybe I'll stay subscribed. I just won't watch. You'll still monetize. And hey, thanks for being a subscriber, Rob. Hey, you're welcome. I never watch you anyway.
Yeah, that's the stance I've taken lately. If you have, even if I like you, it's nothing personal. If you have mid-roll ads, you dickheads. If you have mid-roll ads, I'm not watching you. You're done.
How dare you try to earn a living?
No,
Go out and get a job.
Right?
I have that.
Go out and lift some logs, you fuck.
Right.
No, I get both sides, but I cannot give a content creator guff for having mid-roll ads. But I do get that ads are annoying.
Hmm.
I do get that.
Well,
it's like,
there is a fun thing here. I just realized. Besides that, I don't always watch the videos. There is a thing, an add-on that you can put onto your browser. You can't do it on your television, which is why I don't watch a lot of YouTube on TV because of ads. But there is an add-on that you can add to your browser that gets rid of the ads, and that way you can watch your show. And granted, I might be taking food out of Jack's mouth, but again, he doesn't need a lot of food because he's getting that 6-pack, 8-pack ab thing going on. So if anything, I'm helping you with your cut program. So you're welcome.
You'd be surprised how much of a shit ton you can eat and still have abs.
Oh, I believe it, actually.
I mean, once you get there and your metabolism is at a certain point where it needs to sustain the muscle and things like that, you can get away with a lot. Like, not for like very long durations of time, but I can eat like dirt for like 4 or 5 days and not really notice any significantly different. Maybe some water weight because of all the sodium and things like that, and your body being like, what the hell are you doing to us? But give it 2 to 3 days and you're back on track, kind of thing. Because like TJ said, like, it's not only a mindset thing, but it's a whole lifestyle thing. Like, I do my morning walks not because, well, I need to stay active or blah blah blah. It's like, no, it's a habit now. I do that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but why? Well, because I do that. I like that.
Nice
I enjoy walking in the morning.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing with lifting. It raises your caloric expenditure in rest, which is what a lot of people need with their sedentary lifestyles, because most of what they do is just sitting around being lazy, and then your caloric rest expenditure is just so freaking low. But for guys like me and TJ who have got a decent amount of muscle, well, that muscle burns fat in rest, or sorry, uses energy in rest. So we can eat a shit ton more.
Yeah. Which
is like the best life hack ever. It's like, yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it just is. Like, oh no, all this horrible junk food. No.
Well,
Yeah,
get ready for it this week.
That's what I find the bodybuilders also funny is they're the ones who are like very regimented about their eating. Like, oh, I can't touch this, I can't eat that. It becomes very Pharisee. I don't. What's the word? Whatever. Like, they become very
autistic.
Yes. And they're, having to eat every 2 hours, and basically bodybuilding starts owning them. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I think I'll have that whiskey. I think I'll have that 1 or 2 slices of pizza. I might enjoy some food on the side, and my body doesn't show for it because I work out enough and I'm in good shape. So.
But it's balanced hedonism, because like full hedonism, like at a certain point, I do think you're starting to feel like shit. Like Ben and Jerry's every day, your body's going to be like, yeah, please don't. But if you balance it out with, it's kind of the 80-20 rule, like 20% full on binge eating, 80% of the time you're acting normal and you're lifting weights and you're walking, things like that. You don't need the high intensity running. But if you're just smart about it, you can get away with a lot and actually enjoy yourself, instead of that rigid focus on, oh, well, I can't have that. I need to have this. I need to eat 6 to 8 times a day and my chicken and broccoli. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't.
But oh, well, how dare we make sense, especially in the fitness industry? Like, no, buy my supplement.
Buy Jack's vitamin D liquid supplement.
Yes, ladies discount.
Ladies only. Sorry,
Yes.
Clary.
Did you see that show I did with Clary? There were a couple of great gay jokes in that one.
I don't think you can put with Clary probably. I don't think you can smash the word great and gay together. But maybe with Clary, yeah. But no, I don't.
No,
think I saw that
there
one.
were a couple of good jokes in there.
Okay, at his expense or yours?
Both, actually.
Oh, it was equal opportunity gay expense.
Well, at a certain point, he finally got his old level back. Like lately, I was a bit disappointed with his jokes. I'm kind of like, come on, you can do better. It's like, yeah, you know,
Okay.
like you're making a joke, but
You are the joke.
yeah, like right now, Clara, you are the joke. Oh, that's a good one.
You are the joke.
No, he got me good on the Elizabeth Holmes one. I gotta give him that. That one was great.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because I was wearing like a turtleneck, and I was doing a video on some fitness advice.
So basically, you look like a foreskin.
No, Elizabeth Holmes.
No, a turtleneck. Dudes that wear turtlenecks look like foreskins.
I don't think I did. Like
Alright,
I've
well,
never seen foreskin that handsome. I was like,
Wow,
no.
it must be a European foreskin. Teachers like,
Americans are butt ugly all around.
we are. We admit it though. That's part of our charm.
I can't believe you guys descend from us.
We
We leave you alone for like 7. Like, how long did we leave you alone for? 300 years?
around there.
Almost 300 years, and this is what you make of it. Come on.
Well, what did you come up with? Clogs and cuckoo clocks?
Hey, we had the Roman Empire. Come on.
Yeah, fuck you over.
Yeah. Then we had the Third Reich. I mean,
That's
it was a Reich.
That's not the win that you think it is. I don't think.
I know. Hey, what was the first one even? TJ, what was the first Reich?
It was probably Otto the Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the second one was the Roman Empire, and then the third one was that one.
No, the Second Reich, according to that Austrian painter, was I think Wilhelm.
Really?
Wilhelm.
Yeah. So why he did it, who knows? It's like, okay, dude,
Yeah, okay. Good for you.
you're not even Kraut.
Yeah, true. He wasn't even a Kraut. He wasn't even an Aryan. It's like,
Well, yeah, as funny as the Prussians didn't like him, they called him Bohemian Corporal. they thought he was.
Shit.
They thought he was white trash.
oh damn. Yeah, he kind of was.
trash.
Yeah, so that's funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Roman Empire ever got into Holland. I think that was where the
Well, they couldn't grow their olive trees or their wine their berries out there for wine.
Well,
So
why
they're
they
like, "No,
remember-
fuck this place."
Yeah,
No,
were,
Germania had what's his name? Arminius. Like Germania had this guy called Arminius. and
Armenians
he
fuck
fucked-
us.
Yeah, well, he did fuck the Romans over pretty fucking hard.
There you go. Armenians fuck us.
Yeah.
Rob is furiously typing.
Mhm.
Harder, Rob, harder.
You're typing on Twitter again.
He
Stop
is.
giving the assholes attention.
He's talking to chest.
Talk the chest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
we're
good.
we're doing some wordplay on something. He totally.
Well,
Say
unrelated
hi
that
to
we-
Chest for
we-
me.
No,
We will.
you can
Oh.
get back on Twitter and say hi to Chest.
I will not get back on Twitter. I refuse.
Oh, then you're just never gonna.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting DMs again. Did you know?
Right. Actually.
Well, actually,
They straighten their
like
tie.
you're still banned off Twitter too, right, Vince?
I have my old Dennis Malone account that I started back in 2014 that I've actually branded as Masculine Geek as Plan B, but I was banned permanently because something I retweeted and said trans equals mental illness, and people got bothered over that. Yeah, I'm telling the truth, and I get banned.
I mean, I said I called a guy who said Mega Man 3 was better than a bundle of sticks.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I mean, that was the truth. I mean,
Fucking
come on, Mega
fags.
Man 2 is way better than 3. And he was like, yeah, Mega Man 3 is better than 2. And I called him a bundle of sticks. And then he was like,
You call him a fag?
yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like, oh, how very mature of you. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be an adult towards somebody who has a retard opinion. You don't deserve that.
Absolutely.
Apparently, you have the thinking level of a child, sir. You don't deserve my maturity.
You deserve nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark. We've got about technically 6 minutes left in this broadcast. We are keeping it at the hour because we all have shit to do, as Rob would say. It
Touch
is now,
grass.
for myself, it'll be noon Eastern on Sunday, early afternoon. What time is it for you, Rob?
It'll be 10 a.m. Sunday.
TJ, it's what, 9 a.m. for you?
What time? Or is it?
Well, your time. I know what time it is where I am. I'm talking about the time where you are.
Right now.
Yeah. No, tomorrow.
TJ, there's a thing on the wall called a clock. It has arms. It points towards numbers, and it tells you
The
time.
It is
So what
9
time
a.m.
is it?
There you go.
Okay.
And how about you, Jack? What are the numbers on your hands?
I
Your
love
clock.
TJ so much just because I can make fun of him.
What an endorsement.
Well,
TJ's
I
great.
say, I say the same thing about Aaron, almost exact words, but you don't hear me bragging about it.
That's
You
exactly.
should, Rob. You should. A little bit more irrational self-confidence. Come on, man. You deserve it.
Picking on retards isn't the best you think it is.
It's low hanging fruit.
Oh, Rob is used to low-hanging fruits.
Well, Aaron Clary is definitely a low hanging fruit.
He is a fruit.
Ha! Gay joke. Another
Exactly. We
one.
had to throw one in there.
You had to go and do a show with him, so there you go, Jack.
There you
Hey,
go.
the
And what time is it
elderly,
for you,
the
Jack?
elderly tend care. It is 17.56, which means
PM, right?
it's PM.
Oh, okay.
It's
He's
5:56 p.m.
Yep, he's doing military time.
Oh,
Military.
okay.
Or
Military,
it is 4 minutes to 6 p.m.
I find
Fantastic.
that interesting that Jack knows military time, considering they don't have a military. Oh wait, they
knew
do.
Oh, damn. He has ours.
I knew it. George Washington was Dutch. Just saying.
Well, a
That's
lot
right.
of
No,
the-
Washington
a lot of,
wasn't, by the way.
a lot of the New Jersey settlers were Dutch.
Yep.
Many of them, yeah. So they actually named Egg Harbor when they came up the rivers. They saw
Bow to your ancestor.
Well, they're idiots.
I just walk up to Philly and people be like, "Oh my God, he's here." It's like, yes, I'm back.
Bowing.
Hello, kids. Oh God,
It's going to be
gonna
interesting.
horrible.
It's good. Yeah, I'm not bringing.
My
any-
dear, I could be your grandfather. Oh,
Jesus
Gee.
Christ. Here we go. It's already started. Nice. All right, we're going to end it here. Thank everyone who's been in the even though the chat is on a pre-recorded show. Thank you for joining us and talking amongst yourselves. Anyone who watches later, as always, it's been a pleasure, and thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Do all the things. I'm not sure how well it counts anymore. I think it's all bullshit. But once again, thank you for joining us. Some housekeeping very quickly. Jack, where can everyone find you?
oh yeah. I will put this in the private chat. Just go to my channel. I will give you the link here. Yeah. And I have one spot left for my monthly consultation group, which is strength training, diet, and health related. If you want to get all of that in order, there are plenty of reviews on there. Go check them out. And if you're interested, go claim your spot. And that is it.
Excellent. I actually can't post those in private.
No, I post
so
them in private, and maybe later you can put that in the description.
Oh, I could throw in the link. That's not in the show notes, as it were. Okay, cool. Rob, where can everyone find you?
RobSays.net.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Mr. Martinell.
You know, you folks are smart. You'll figure it out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Rob, take us out.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck now.